The customer drilled a hole, saw a spark, and now there's no power. That was the assignment, and with an apprentice in my hand, we looked at the task. This here was apparently the hole that took all the power. Looking inside the hole, you can see, it looks like there's some plastic or something. And just lining the hole up with where there's the output for the light, yeah, that's probably a good hit. To be sure, I pulled on the wire and the apprentice could see inside that something was moving. That told me that now I have to break these tiles, and I let the customer know we probably need to break 4, but let's see how it goes. I brought out the heavy machinery because behind these tiles we had tough concrete, so we gotta use the power tools. And slowly but surely I made my way inside to see, I still can't see anything. More drilling to go. A little bit further down the line, and yeah, that is a good direct hit. 3 cables had been hit, and I saw that there was running inside a conduit. Now this tells me there's a chance I can just replace the wires without opening the entire wall. But after I tried to pull on the wires, I could see that they were stuck. I couldn't do anything. So we had to open another tile to open a bit more of the wall so we could actually finish off this new cable. You put these red babies on and then you just heat them until they shrink. And once the slime exits, you know it's good to go. With that we put some more heat shrimp on, and with that it was time to put the light back up again. With all of that done and dusted, we tested if it all worked, and my god, it did. That apprentice looked very happy. To be honest, I'm very satisfied with this result here. We only had to break 2 tiles, and with a little snap, well, everything is nice and clean. Now, I don't often drive around with an apprentice, so when I do, we gotta have a sausage party in the car. I grabbed my sausage. Yeah, my sausage, not the apprentice sausage. And with that, we went to the local hardware store to pick up a little slush ice because we needed some more materials for the next customer. Now, the next customer needed some power up here for outdoor heater. The customer expected to have a cable running from this plug all the way up to the ceiling, but I asked rather he had an attic. He said yes, and both me and the apprentice went up there. Now, while I was all the way down at the other end of the house, I could see that the apprentice was surely struggling to get back and forward. I was testing out whether I could walk on the insulation. I couldn't, but I could just walk in the wooden cross down there. It was just a little bit further down than I expected. But right here is where we need to get the power, and it was quite clear there was no power available up here, so we had to pull a wire all the way from here all the way over to the circuit breakers. Now, why the apprentice didn't just get his ass down to get under this, I don't know, but it was clear to me that I was going to be on the attic today and not this slow guy. I also dropped half my stuff up here, so that was just lovely. Luckily, I found it before it was too late. And with that, I opened the fuse panel. This all looked nice and lovely. And we had this thing running all the way up to this attic. Now, what this means is we simply needed to take this red thing and just poke it all the way through, all the way up to the attic. It needed to be extended a little bit, but now we have it all the way up here. Now we can just put the wire on this and pull it down again. At this stage, it was time for me to go down for the 3rd time or something, because now we actually needed to pull this brand new cable. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it's not a lovely attic, but also it's not a bad attic at all. There was plenty of room when you didn't have to go under those things. I also want to say I put all of the insulation back once again. It was just when we were working, we had to move it a little bit around. I let the apprentice know that he could just start drilling, and here we go. That's where the apprentice drilled, after where I said he should. And here we have the brand new wire. Look at that, that is lovely. The wire got covered by the insulation and pushed quite a far bit down. I haven't done it over here, but on the other side it is quite a far way beneath the insulation, running all the way over to the circuit breakers. The apprentice was already in the middle of putting the cables down into the circuit breakers, which was lovely. And once again, the customer had expected a visible installation running all the way up the wall, and instead he's got this little cable at the attic. It's coming from the attic, but it's at the ceiling. You know what I mean. The apprentice put up the plug, and now it's time to make sure that everything functioned as it was expected. Now, as we tested the RCD, my apprentice here was just like, I'm just gonna break this. Here you go. Would you like this? But with all of the tests successfully tested out and completed, it was time to close the fuse panel yet again. And instead of a visible cable, this here is the finished result. Final project of the day. Customer didn't have any power in the light, and that's probably why.